All right, everyone. So I'm going to be going over the differences between the 2020 40i and the 2021 X5 45e, which is the hybrid. All right, so my dad had the 2020 40i, which is just the gas engine. So it's just a B58. I think it was 335 horsepower, about 380 foot-pounds of torque. So this is the 45e. So it's basically a detuned B58 plus an electric motor, which brings it to about 394 horsepower. So I guess like the main differences, mechanically or otherwise, is the 40i you can get in the adaptive suspension or the air suspension. So on our old car, we did have the adaptive suspension because I feel like that was like a BMW thing to do. Then the other thing is the overall like packages and stuff are very different. So depending on if you get essential or enhanced between the hybrid or not, that's actually different too. And I guess the other differences, so from the outside, obviously, like you have the charger here, and then on the inside, pretty much virtually is pretty much the same from a 40i and 45e. The only thing is, obviously, when you drive it, there's barely any sound. And one thing that I noticed was there's a gas cap button. So before, all you need to do was just unlock, and then you can go to it. But now it has this. And the one thing that I noticed between the 40i and 45e is, even though it was the same B58, the exhaust sound is actually much different. Like at idle and stuff, if I start it up, it doesn't sound much different. But when you're flooring it, before you should get, it was really aggressive. You used to get like an upshift pop. You don't really notice that anymore. But other than that, I wasn't able to find any differences between, from the outside of a 40i versus a 45e. It's basically more or less the same vehicle. Actually, okay, there is one thing that I found out. So when you open it, so you kind of lose a bit of your trunk room, as in like the space that goes underneath. Now this is like a space for like electric car charging and stuff. Before, you had like a whole bed underneath. That's basically only another difference. And I guess I can show you guys the air suspension, how low it gets. So this is basically like a cheating way to get it like as low as you want. So this is like a easy entry exit so that it goes all the way down. So if I press that, and now we can see how low it gets. So it's doing the front. You can see how low the front is getting, and the back as well. So you can see it's pretty much like dumped, and it's actually a pretty good fitment. If you look at that, it's almost as low as my car. So it's pretty funny when I saw that. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. So the other thing is, from the 2020 to 2021, I did notice some differences. So our car, obviously, our old one was a 2020 40i with the M Sport and Premium package enhanced, and it had the Swarovski crystal and one more option. This time we ended up going with the gray, just change it up, and we get the black package. So that's black grille, all this part here, and the black exhaust tip as well. Another thing that I noticed is on the 2021s, I never remembered having this feature there. That's another big difference. So the other thing is, on this car, we didn't get the enhanced package. We got just the essential because the hybrid was a bit more. But honestly, the way they've changed the packages in 2021, it's pretty good because, so for us, like, from what we really needed was just the heads-up display, some good leather seats, and the Swarovski crystal, right? So now basically the only difference of getting an enhanced versus essential is basically like you get the, instead of like the 14-way or 10-way, I think this is, you get like the 18-way. So before, you know, you can adjust this, you can't adjust that anymore with just an essential. And the other thing is no laser lights. That's like the big thing. So this has like the regular lights, which is still pretty good, but laser lights was, it's definitely a good feature to have. And other than that, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and then no wireless car charging here. So that's just like a dummy switch now. And then in the back, I remember we used to have like a thing here for USB car charging and stuff like that. That's gone now. In the back, yeah, the ambient lighting and like pretty much like all the features you want in this car are in the essential. The enhanced is like only if you really want like a laser headlight, I feel like is worth it. But other than that, in my opinion, I would just stick to an essential 2021. But 2020, I would definitely still get the enhanced package.